Welcome to Great Talk and Entertainment. I am your host, KJ, and this is the podcast where I review movies and TV shows from all your favorite superheroes, including Marvel Comics, DC Comics, and much more. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Great Talk and Entertainment Official. Now, let's go, baby. Hello, everyone, and welcome back. I hope everyone's doing well. I hope good things is happening in your life in the most positive way you can imagine. And as I start today for this episode, this is my episode 1 spoiler review for the new Star Wars series on Disney Plus, The Acolytes. Now, this is a spoiler review again, so if you have not seen it, pause this, give me a thumbs up, because that definitely helped my YouTube channel grow. Go watch it, come back, and then check out this spoiler review. And I just want to say, for all the people who have been supporting me through this, I just want to say thank you. I appreciate it. So, again, this is a spoiler review. Y'all been warned. Let's get into it. The first episode begins to explain where this takes place, as we get the classic Star Wars entrance where we see a paragraph or words show up on the screen, just the classic Star Wars way. And then we get to see two characters. One's a Jedi, and I one believe was a Jedi in training. And we get introduced to them first as we meet one character named May, who has killed a Jedi Master named Indra. And I believe this is the first Jedi to get killed after Order 66. Now, May, who we didn't know later down during this episode, let the bartender and his child live. Because in that scene, we see a big old classic kung fu fighting. We see a battle. And, of course, the Jedi, lightsaber coming out. And it was great. And it's very interesting. I saw May try to reach for the lightsaber, but she wasn't good. And because she didn't have a lightsaber on her, but Jedi Master Indra did. And, she tried to throw these knives at her, and, the Force stopped it. So she tricked Indra, threw one at the bartender, stopped it. The Indra stopped it with the Force, and then May got sneaked in another blade and got it right in the heart or chest. So already Jedis are dying. May, she's a baddie. She's killing it, literally. And she's out for revenge. So that's when, again, she let the bartender and the child live. And, I thought it was weird because as we get introduced to another character named Osha, somehow they got the bartender on the ship to identify who was the attacker. And we find out that, they're sisters, they're identical sisters. So that's just one thing that happened in this show. But before all that, Osha is having like these nightmares. But we find out later in that episode, again, May and Osha are literally identical twins. So it's really the Force spirits that is connected to them. So they feel each other's emotions, whether it's sad, happy, anger. And they can, if they use the Force right within their minds, they can see the person's location and where they're exactly at and what the area or room looks like. So they have that connection. So from them to hide from one another is very difficult and seems impossible. So that's why, there's two of them and nobody knows who's what. And as far as they know, they think Osha is May. And she's the one that killed the Jedi Master. So, this is gonna be like a cop show, a little bit investigating. So, but it's all good. It's all good. And we learn that Osha and May have a big history with the Jedi's. For example, Osha was like a, I forgot how they said, but pretty much she's a mechanic, and she left the Jedi before Order 66. And we learned that she wasn't really good. She wasn't good at becoming a Jedi. Like her training, when she was in training, she wasn't that great. And it's just kind of like the character Sabin from the other Star Wars series on Disney Plus, Ahsoka. So she wasn't quite good, but yet throughout the episode, she got a lot better. We see her improving. We see her growing and becoming a Jedi. So I can definitely see Osha and May becoming Jedi's or Sith Lords. Too, I think they're both at some point will be good at wielding the lightsaber and using the Force in a better way. I just think that Order 66 traumatized them, obviously. So that's the kind of the thing. So the Jedi's are aboard on this spaceship and they're looking for May, and the name's Jackie Lyon, who is played by Daphne Keene, and from that it kind of indicates that she may not be playing X-23 in Deadpool and Wolverine the movie, but that's okay. She's in the Star Wars. That's cool. And the other Jedi is named Jord Vander, who is played by Charlie Barnett, which he was in the Marvel Secret Invasion, and I believed he played Bob Marley in a recent film about Bob Marley, obviously. But so and I know he was in the Barbie movie too. So he's a big name, and now he's in the Star Wars as his own, not his own, but as a character that we may see more in the future. So what I'm hoping, because he's a great, I mean, they're all great actors and actress. So I hope so far out of the 2 episodes that they release, I hope these characters are not killed off the Star Wars universe or TV yet. So hoping for that. Now in the next scene, the 2 Jedis arrested May, or not May, but Osha, and they put her on this spaceship that's controlled by androids. And this thing got hacked. Now, these other criminals were planning to escape, and Osha was like, "Nah, I'm just gonna stay here. You guys, you can't escape these Jedi's. You can't. You'll be dead." And they tried, and it was funny. We see Osha trying to go with them. They kicked her off and kept her on the spaceship, and they got in the escape pods, and she crash landed into this cold place of a mountain. And this is where we see Jedi Master Saul, and he finds her, and she's getting ready to fall, and he catches her with the Force, just holds her up. And then at the end of the episode, we see this mystery character, which is, I believe, a Sith Lord. But other than that, for just how it started, I thought it was great. I like the idea of this is going to be a more kung fu / like police investigation, like who did who's the mystery, like a Scooby-Doo type thing, but in a more serious Star Wars way, obviously. But I like that. It's a lot different. It's not something a typical Star Wars show or movie is. So this is a huge different take on it, and I think it fits pretty darn well within the Star Wars cinematic universe. And what I think about some of these characters, I think they're neat and very interesting, as far as like these are the most popular characters to the hardcore fans who read the books, play the video games, read the novelty books. I mean, if you know Star Wars Knight of Republican, then you kind of understand some of these characters and where they come from. And it's very interesting because they're introducing all these characters to a mainstream audience. And I thought they really introduced these characters pretty well to try to, I like how they make it very simple. You know, it's because Star Wars in all can be very like very difficult. Like if you don't know your Star Wars and you're trying to talk about it and you miss one thing, Star Wars fans will easily correct you because there's a lot going on. There's a lot. Like there's stuff that's in books and video games that everybody remembers about, right? And so why I bring that up is obviously the director of this particular show had to figure out how to simplify that to make it where it can please the hardcore fans and the new casual fans who just watch this. And I gotta say, for all the stuff that these characters as a background origin story that they probably won't cover within season one, I thought they did really good to kind of give a clear answer and makes it very understanding to how these characters' personality is and understand their agenda to it. And I think that helps because now the casual fans and the hardcore fans can really invest in understanding each character by just watching it and just enjoying it. And I mean, they showed so much. Like in this one, for example, in episode one, like I said in the first fight scene, this is one way a lot of the Jedi's would battle. The the idea is some Jedi's can win a fight with just using the Force, but even the best Jedi's in rank can get outsmart or put in a situation where they're gonna automatically lose. But you see how calm and wise Jedi Master Indria was through the whole thing. You know, she understood her movements, and May, who's anger, so she's getting closer to the dark side per se with through the Force, and if she would have got any of those Jedi's lightsaber, which I was shocked that she didn't pick up the lightsaber, because in Star Wars comic books or books, the thing is, and I'll just use this off the Darth Vader comic book by Marvel. Just the first one is basically when you're a Sith and you want your own lightsaber to be red, you have to kill another Jedi, and you have to force that crystal inside and pretty much draw your own blood to turn it red. So either she doesn't know about that yet, which can be common. I mean, she just started the dark side or the Sith Lord side, if you want to call it that, and because there's a reason why. It's just like it's like Anakin. She lost somebody. She lost people she cared about. She saw people killed right in front of her, and it was their own Jedi, and so it broke her heart. And the two things to become a Sith Lord of the Path is fear and anger or hatred. So, from what it shows, I think that for a while, because, yeah, you can watch the prequels movies and see how somebody goes from Jedi to Sith Lord, but this is it's the same thing for May. May's becoming on the path to the Sith Lord. And I think this one's more new and refreshing because it's not Anakin, aka Darth Vader. You're just seeing somebody go on their own path with their anger and fear and hatred or whatever to become a Sith Lord. And her killing a Jedi is one of the things that she has to do to become a Sith Lord. I mean, and I'm saying one of the things. There's many other things that she has to complete in a task. And so she has a Sith Lord Master, not a Jedi Master, a Sith Lord Master, or a Master Jedi, but this is a Sith Lord Master. And I thought this is a story that for casual fans to see, and I think with this show they would truly appreciate the Star Wars prequel and all the Star Wars stuff, and I just think it's really cool for that. And we're also seeing somebody, I believe May or Osha is gonna be. If I'm saying their names wrong, it's just because they're twins and I'm flip flopping. I apologize, but Osha is battling between her hatred and being kind. Like she knows she needs to do the right thing, but there's also a part of her that doesn't want to do the right thing. But in a classic Star Wars way, they both become Sith Lords or Jedi's. But I can see the sisters becoming both Sith Lords. But again, I haven't read the books or comic books like that, which I should. So if they stick to the accuracy of those, then I guess not. But as far as just basing off what I saw this episode, I wouldn't be surprised if they both become Sith Lords, the sisters, basically. So at the end, we get a mystery character, and we don't know who it is, but it's a Sith, and I believe it's one of the Inquisitors. Inquisitors. That's the word. Inquisitors that works for Lord Vader. And there's a lot. You only saw 3 in the Obi-Wan Kenobi, but there's more. There's more. So definitely what I thought after that, just the show again, is I thought the ending was really cool. Now we know who's the big bad main villain of season 1. And I can't wait to see how powerful this person is and who it may be. I don't really know. They didn't give a lot, but they gave a lot in this show. So I don't really have any theories yet. But what I think about the characters, though, May and Osha, since they're twin sisters, I think it's going to be very interesting to see the idea of is blood thicker than water or is water thicker than blood? Because it's the idea of like, do they stick together and be against everybody else, like all the Jedi's or the Sith Lord, or is this going to be where we see 2 family members, sister and sister, twin, this be the season where we see them both choose the opposite side, and we see them in later on, maybe in a season 2 or whatever, where they battle it out after training and trading, getting at the lightsabers and using the Force. Who's gonna beat who? Who's gonna say what? It's that, and it's gonna be very interesting where that goes with that. But I can see that too, and I would like that idea. But this is definitely gonna be about sister versus sister, family versus family, and who's loyal to what. Are they gonna grow apart? They may look alike, but they both may have different views on life. So that's going to be really exciting to see in this series. So if I had to give this a 1 out of 10, I got to give this a 10. Just the way it started off was good. I love the actions. I love the fighting. I love the story where this is going. And it's not a typical Star Wars story, but it's so different that it fits so well in the Star Wars universe again, like I said. So very excited. I cannot wait. And honestly, I'm already enjoying both characters, May and Osha. Like, I think they're going to be great characters if they can use them more in the other Star Wars continuity or shows like that. So definitely enjoying that. So thank you guys for listening to my review. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Great Talking Entertainment Official Channel. Subscribe, hit that notification button so you can always be updated with all my latest content. Thank you guys, and peace out.